it's Melinda from Hope When There Was None. I'm coming on live to talk about some safety planning for this upcoming holiday. So we have this glorious holiday upon us, and sometimes it can be really rough on a person that is dealing with a toxic person. Now, a toxic person can be somebody that's your mother, your father, your significant other, brother, sister, and so on and so on. So this could be a rough holiday. You might have to, this gathering in the pit of your stomach, you're thinking, oh, I don't really want to go. So who am I? Before I get started on all that, I am a survivor and thriver of childhood abuse, as well as I overcame that, as well as domestic violence later in life, teen dating violence as well. So now I share my story, but also the stories from others as well. That could be somebody that's endured a challenging breakup that might not have been abuse related. It could be somebody that is dealing with a miscarriage, abortion, mental health, emotional issues, grief from losing somebody near and dear to them. So there's a great variety of topics that we do cover, and I realize that it's more than my story out there. There are so many other stories out there that really need to be brought forward, and I've had a lot of brave people come on and share their struggles, share their victories, and also it's just been really glorifying to me to be able to share and bring this to you. So I want to go ahead, and it's not to glorify myself, I should say. It's just been really awesome to be able to bring this information to you. So I had a question recently before I go dive into this topic, is what organization am I with, or who am I affiliated with? Well, I'm not affiliated with anybody. And I, like many others, are sharing because it's been placed on our heart. Maybe God has placed it on our heart, and it was for me. Or maybe they just felt that this is a topic or a story, their story, that they needed to bring light to from that darkness. And so I'm not affiliated with any organization. I'm a woman show, doing this on my own. Anything that I do, I have been volunteering at a local shelter to share my story as well, and anything that I do for victims, survivors, and so on, giving coffee and so on, it just comes out of my pocket. And so this is nothing that I have funds for, or I'm not thinking someone asking for anything, but this is me. So I'm not with a organization or company or with my local state or city. I do a lot of pour my heart into a lot of things that go on at St. Jude House because it's near and dear to my heart, because I was a guest there. I stayed there for quite a bit of time, off and on. So let me jump back into this. So safety in the holidays. So how do we keep you safe? How do we keep you sane during this holiday right now that's coming up on us? It's supposed to be a fun time. It's supposed to be a hoot and a half. But for many people, honestly, it's terrifying. Like I said before in the very beginning, you might have this feeling in the pit of your stomach, oh, I don't want to go to mom's, or I don't really want to go to this holiday at my in-laws, or I really wish my husband or wife would go to work, or I didn't have to spend time with them, or something. It could be a nightmare, honestly. You might feel the stressors from lack of work. Right now, I mean, any time of the year, lack of work. It could be rising inflation. It could be sickness, financial issues because somebody has been laid off. There's just so many different reasons right now. But you feel those stressors. You might even feel additional stress if that person has an alcohol or drug problem. Many of our parties, our holiday parties, do have alcohol. They do have maybe even drugs, recreational drugs, that they will be used. I'm looking at my notes. So if you see me looking, like right here, that's my notes. So what can you do to keep yourself safe? And by all means, I don't mean to take this lightly at all. I've been there. I understand. It can be very stressful. So again, normally this could be a fun time, but there could be conflicts dealing with your abuser, conflicts dealing with your family. Maybe your partner is on vacation, so there could be some heated exchanges. So what can you do? I'm going to get to the gist of it right now. Keep your phone charged at all times. And I'm saying this because what if you have to go out? What if you're in a car and this person kicks you out of the car? So you want to be able to make sure your contacts are on speed dial. Make sure that it's charged at all time. Now, you can also call 911 if you're in the States. Teach your kids 911 as well. Let them know that what their address is. Make sure that they know what their address is or where your surroundings are. So when I'm trying yourself, know where you are. What's the street? Are you north? Are you south? Are you east? Are you west? What are landmarks around you so that you can be found if the police need to be called? So also call a family or friend. Make sure your contacts are updated. Ask your friend or family member to act as a witness. Maybe you need to have a safe word before the gathering so they know, like cookies or bomb pops, that could be your safe word, or something like the eggnog if this is like around Christmas time. Maybe you text them and let them know that you are having an issue. This can alert them to either contact law enforcement, or that you need them right now. Now, there is the hotline, there is Safe Horizon, there is other ones too, and I'm going to go ahead and I'll put those after I'm done here. I'll put those in the show notes, along with a safe word. Make sure you have a good relationship with your neighbor. Now, this is just to consider that if they see maybe your porch light on, maybe you have a certain colored light on for the holidays, that you need assistance. Okay, this is just throwing that out here. It could happen if you trust your neighbors well enough. If you feel comfortable, or if they feel comfortable, maybe they can knock on the door just to do a check. Oh, I have the casserole dish that's yours. Or, hey, I need to borrow some eggs. Whatever that is for them. If they feel comfortable, or they might just call the police for you to do a wellness check. Now, download a safety app. Now, there is Circle of Six, and I know there's many more out there where they look like they're just regular apps, news apps and so on, but there is something in there, a safeguard in there for you to flag for help if you're in a situation that has become volatile. Now, if you're meeting an abuser, like let's say you're exchanging visitation for the kids, ask a friend, family member, somebody to come with you so that you're not alone, and do it in a public place. Please, 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 please. I hear many stories where they're doing the exchanges and mom and dad are coming to the house, or vice versa. And make sure that it's done in the daylight. Make sure that it's done in public too. It's a lot safer in a well-lit area. Now, you might have to contact your local police department or meet at the local police department. But just be wary. Like if you're in a small town, some police stations aren't manned. So just please be careful. But do it in a public area, Walmart, the parking lot at Walmart, just somewhere that it's public. Now, if you have to involve the police, give them a quick version, a Cliff Note version about what's going on. Let's say you're going to have them meet you because they can meet you at a designated location, let's say at a restaurant, and that's what I used to do. We would meet at a particular restaurant, and they would wait inside, pretend like they're having coffee or whatever, or they would wait in their car and pretend like they're doing speeding, whatever they did, but they were there. And while we were doing the exchange, it kind of just stayed there. And after I left, what they would do, they would follow me a little bit of the way as I was heading home, just to make sure that I wasn't being followed, that the exchange went well. And they're usually very happy to assist with this because they would rather not have a volatile situation, or a situation that's going to explode, endangering you and the lives of your children. Now, if you are still with your abuser, a good escape plan comes in very handy, and I'm going to actually talk about that in a few weeks or very soon. Don't back yourself into a corner or a windowless room. Try and make sure that you're in a room that you can escape in. Also, know your exit. If you're visiting somebody, know your exit. You might even have to carry a weapon, and I know I hate to say that. I know it's for the faint of heart. Somebody's like, well, I don't want to hurt my abuser or something like that. Think about what you can use as a weapon if it goes that way. If you feel threatened, if you are being attacked, pencils, your keys become weapons, a chair, a broom handle. I'm just saying these things can be weapons if you need them. I'm not telling you go ahead and hurt this person. If you feel that you are being attacked or you're backed into a wall, into a corner or something, look for exits, look everywhere that you can for a way to protect yourself. Now, contact a local shelter, and also, if you can, take a self-defense course, or maybe learn how to handle a weapon if you need to. That can be a gun, that could be a knife, whatever that is for you, just to protect yourself. Pepper spray even, if you have it on you. Wasp spray can become a great weapon if you need that. But something just to protect yourself. If you're in fear for your life, now I'm not saying go light him up because he called you a bad word. I'm just saying if you truly feel like you're in fear for your life. So that's my disclaimer. I'm saying that. I'm not saying just go off somebody. Please, if you are in a situation that you know you're not going to survive, fight. Okay? Fight with all your might. Now, contact your local shelter. I'm going to suggest that. They do have safety plans for you. You might not be leaving the second, but to empower yourself and learn how much you can, how to handle an escalated situation will make you feel more empowered. Will make you feel a lot more empowered. Now, consider having a go bag. I'm going to call that a go bag. Now, what is a go bag? Now, just in case, for some reason, you might need to consider having an extra bag at a friend's house, in the trunk of your car. Just have this bag ready to go. It could have maybe a week's worth of medication, some clothes. It could have as well important papers, maybe copies of important papers, bills, birth certificates, and so on and so on. It's in case you need that. Have maybe don't forget some snacks in there, a cell phone charger, spare change. Be safe and just know that you're not alone in your struggle. If you have any questions or any other concerns, or you just need to talk, message me privately or throw a comment down below and I'll reach out to you. But I hope you have a safe holiday. And if you need more support, there is the Survivors Cafe. That is a private group for women only. But again, feel free to message me privately. Have a great rest of your day and catch the podcast of this as well in a little while. Bye.